There's two things I want to bring to you today. One is a scientific study that was done almost 2 decades ago called Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis, which was performed by a doctor from Mayo Clinic called James Levine. And what they found out in this study was that they tested 10 people, they overfed them about 1,000 calories a day and had them do random non-exercise events like fidgeting and kind of standing and just kind of moving a little bit and just, it's almost like being restless. And as they're sitting, being restless, what they found out was that being restless and being active while they're sitting allowed them to actually expend energy. The non-exercise activity offset the 1,000 additional calories that they were taking on a daily basis. So that clinical study that Dr. Levine did actually gave him the insight into creating a standing desk with a treadmill underneath, because he thought that would be a wonderful way for people to move, remain active, and burn some energy while they're standing. But there was a series of products that, because of the study and because of his expertise, were branded neat products. So I'll give you some example of a neat product. It's a chair that you can't really sit still on, and you're kind of wiggling all the time, almost similar to like a yoga ball. Those yoga balls we see in the gym and we're sitting on it and we're just unstable. That unstableness is where you're almost always making movement. So that's what they consider fidgeting. And there are other apparatus like a leg swing that allows you to kind of swing your legs subconsciously and put you in that non-exercise, that thermogenesis, put you in that mode. So your body's expending exercise, your body's expending calories and energy while you're remaining seated. Most people do sit more than they stand, so providing a solution for people to expend more energy while they're sitting is probably most practical. Now, the second part of this podcast is really touching on, what can we do if we don't want to buy something to create some type of non-exercise activity thermogenesis for us? Well, lucky us, there was a professor out of University of Houston, a researcher, a scientist, Dr. Marc Hamilton, who put a sensor on the calf of our muscle. So, our calf muscle, and you'll see here, and started to measure Soleus contraction as you're going up, down, up, down. So this is the ball of the feet. This is the heel. You're going like this, down, and then pulling on the soleus. And you'll see on the screen here what I'm doing. This action actually allows your soleus muscle, through contraction, to take in more glucose and energy. So as it's contracting, it's using more glucose, sometimes using fat. It's always a combination. It's hard to do one with the other. And this isn't what's magical. What's magical about this exercise is if you do it correctly, like I'm showing you right now, where your knee is kind of at one line with the front of your toe, so you're sitting over it, you'll see that you probably won't experience fatigue. And you can do this for 60 minutes. You can do this for an hour, 2 hours. And what you're not going to feel is the fatigue you would feel is as if you were doing the opposite, which would be, let's say we put our feet here like this on the screen, and we were using our shin to lift up and down, up and down, up and down. Well, you're going to feel your shin's going to be very tired over the course of a few minutes. Versus when you do it this way, where the ball of your feet is on the ground and you're just lifting with your soleus, you'll notice there's far less strain. It's a magical exercise. It utilizes the glucose in your body. So technically after lunch or during lunch when you're eating or after you eat, if you don't have time to exercise, you're on a Zoom call or you're in a meeting, you do this exercise. You can't see me moving right now. Yeah, it's fascinating. So I want you guys to take this non-exercise activity, apply it through Soleus push-ups, do it every day in between your bouts of exercise, your bouts of gym visits, and integrate this as part of a healthy lifestyle. I think you're going to find this probably one of the most practical applications for non-exercise, meaning you're not counting reps, you're not counting frequency, intensity, or time, but you're really not measuring the time you're spending doing it. You're just doing it because you know it actually makes you feel good. You're expending energy. It's thoughtless. It's somewhat unconscious movement, but this is something for all of us to do while we're sitting at home watching TV or at the office. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.